All right, it's finally here. Welcome to the virtual memoirs of Bklyn Shay. This is part 4, and it feels so good to be at this point of closure. Yes, in the name of Jesus, it really does. Oh my goodness. So, by now, hopefully, you have seen part 1, part 2, and part 3. And this particular video is just going to really solidify the process. Solidify the process in such a way that there's no need to say anything else after this. And I will be joined by the wonderful woman, Kamisha Smith, who is going to assist me with this process, and you will hear from her as well. So it's very, very interesting how that saying goes, where people come into your life for a reason and a season, and none of us know really when we first initially meet those people what's the real reason outside of knowing that it feels good when you're around them, or they do something for you. In prior videos, I disclose stuff in regards to people and the way we interacted with each other, and nothing's different in regards to this particular video. I will use discretion while talking about my life and my situation. I will not name any names, and all of these names are fabricated. So this particular video, the star of the hour or so forth, will be Keith. And Keith is a very interesting person that had a lot of influence over my life, a lot of influence on how I moved and the people I interacted with, and why, probably some of my situations, and I call them situations because they, never evolved other than probably some special privileges. But there was this one constant, the one constant that no matter what was going on, he had my back, I had his back, and always just rocked out. Initially, tried the dating thing, and that kind of didn't work out too well. So I said, you know what? We developed like a real good friendship. So why not maximize off of that and stuff like that? Thinking that, you can pretty much keep it consistent as long as you're real with what your situation is. Well, in Keith's situation, it was a little bit interesting because I don't believe that I've known one person that could fabricate a story or tell something as good as he could. Meaning, he could look you right in your face and just blatantly just lie for no reason. Because I'm like, all right, well, technically, we're not together, so I'm not sure why the need to lie, but it happened, and I'm not sure how many of you can relate to being very transparent with somebody and they just, I don't know, take it for granted. They put you on a pedestal that, you need to share this, you need to share that, you need to tell them this, tell them where to move, how to move, where you go to, and stuff like that. And we do it because we're so accustomed to the behavior that it never dawns on you that, duh, you know what I'm saying? This ain't going nowhere. This is really not going anywhere. So outside of the wonderful people that came into my life, we had this particular constant. A constant. Really one of those where you say, is it really what it appears to be? Meaning, I've had dudes that have come into my life where I saw something in them and I was like, oh, it's a possibility this can be something good, And Keith was just like, oh, no, I don't think so. That person's not going to work for you or whatever like that. because I don't know why. You heard me? I don't know why. I don't know why this constant wanted to sabotage every single thing that I pretty much wasn't either involved with. Or do I know? Possibility of knowing. Possibility of knowing. What do we know? What do we not know? Now, I did that purposely. Now, you see how confusing that was? Because you're like, what the fuck is she talking about? Exactly. This is how this particular person made me feel mentally all the time. An emotional roller coaster, chaos, confusion, never understanding like what is really going on. One week we're good, next week we're not, and we're friends. We're friends. We were lovers, and we were friends with benefits at one point in time. But that all had to come to a stop because of the consistent lies. And then the wonderful small Albany which we live in, and people consistently telling me shit like, you didn't know this? Oh, you didn't know that? And I was like, it's really not a business for me to know because we're not really like that on that level. So nothing for me to be moved by. But the part that moved me more and that put me in a space where I said, I'm really being mentally fucked, okay? And I can say that because it was a process all the time. If somebody tells you they love you, but their actions are not lining up with their words, should you still be messing with them on that level? I wouldn't think so. I think that you would then start to articulate yourself as an adult would to express what you have an agila about and why you are deciding to move the way that you are moving. Listen, do not allow anybody to dictate how you should be moving, okay? Don't allow anybody to stunt your growth because they feel it's more beneficial for you to be dormant or for you to suppress who you really are. I know at one point in time, I didn't rock with as many people. I didn't really network on that level. I stayed in my home and I did what I needed to do to get through school. Once school was done, I was like, all right, as opportunities presented themselves, I took those opportunities. Anybody that you're trying to be with, you are going to support them. You are going to love them unconditionally, and you're going to make sure that they know that you got their back 110%. Now, let's put this in a perspective of somebody that's being a really good close friend to you. You really don't have no say in my life on that level. You could make suggestions and I might listen, but you really don't have no move on that level unless you're trying to do something different in your situation, which is, hello, lock this down, be in this element, and let's take the world by storm. But if none of those elements are lining up and none of those things make any sense, then the only thing the person can do is now try to tarnish your character and try to make it appear that you are not who you present yourself to be. If there's one thing I know to be true and I hold true, is my integrity and my truth about who I am, about how I move, the things I do, and understanding that I have gone through a storm. I've been through so freaking much. And at the same time, anybody that's in my circle that I consider family, supposed to be there for you on that level. They're not supposed to add to the confusion. They're not supposed to hinder your process. But when somebody is not happy within themselves and can't be true to themselves, how the hell is they going to support you on anything? How are they going to be real about whatever it is that is eating them up inside? So no matter what was displayed or what was told to me, like, people, do not take someone's words for face value. Actions mean, oh my goodness, so much more than just freaking words. And not know I'm just doing it just to do it because, you know what, in the end, it's going to keep her there. It's going to keep him there if I do X, Y to the Z. Sorry. If you are stuck on materialistic things, then kudos to you, and that's a good look. However, it ain't a good look for somebody that is trying to move in a direction of sustaining themselves. Move in a direction of saying, I might not need you on that level, but I want you on that level. I might shut down, but I'm only shutting down so that I don't appear like I'm a burden to you. I might keep things in because I've saw in the past that what I displayed to you and what I shared, you took and turned against me. So all these mental games, all this emotional games, all the games that you can't even fathom the thought of, where I know a beautiful woman that he used to deal with, that he lied and said, oh, I never dealt with her. But the moment that they were confronted and in the same room together, then this dude, oh, why you ain't tell me? You know, who acts like that? So if it wasn't something, then why would you now all of a sudden have some feelings behind it? Again, an adult lying, okay? Makes no sense. But at the end of the day, what do we learn? What do we learn from the process that we have with people? The people that want us to be their cover so that it doesn't appear that they're one way and it looks really like it's something else, but we all know. We all know. So just kudos to the world, okay? We all know. But I'm not even touching on that. Why? Because it's not even worth it. It's like at the end of the day, people, places, and things will hinder your process, will hinder your growth if you allow them to. For so long, I've been a punching bag for MFers. I've been a person that has such an open heart that I allow people to utilize and take my kindness for weakness. Mainly men, okay? Allowing them to be that thing in my life that blocked my blessing because I was so wrapped up into what I wanted and not really seeing the person for who they genuinely were. So many opportunities to shine and to smile, and my light was stunted because I suppressed myself. I did things that were truly unthinkable for a person of my stature. And when I say that, I mean my integrity, where I knew better, but I didn't do better. So now I'm doing better because I know better than to be dealing with a side person, to be dealing with a married person, to be dealing with a person that claims to be your friend, but genuinely they fucking hate your ass and they can't stand you. I know better, so I keep my circle more tighter than I ever have done before. You can't tell me anything. You need to show up and show out, okay? So if you take anything away from this, don't allow people to minimize who you are. Maximize on all levels and tell them to hit the damn door, all right? God don't choose no punks. So regardless of whatever you think, no matter what you feel, however this process plays out, this is not some type of oh yeah, you know, somebody's hurt by that situation. No, I was truly disappointed by the whole damn process because it was years wasted that somebody was basically blocking my blessing, but I allowed it to happen. If you allow a process to happen, it will take you through the ringer until God wakes you up so you can see what your true blessing is, what your true process is. Someone that genuinely loves and cares for you, no matter what the heck you do, no matter how you do it, they're going to be open enough to talk to you about it. And they're going to be real enough that when you ask a direct question, they're not going to look you blatantly in your face and they're not going to lie. All right? They're not going to lie. Why would I lie to somebody that I really give a hell about? Now, if it's a process of saying you bend the truth a little, if you feel like you're going to hurt this person's feelings or something like that, even that's not okay. You got to come 1,000 times over, 10,000 times over, as many times as the damn take for someone to get the message and understand that you give a damn, you care, and you're not sitting by utilizing a situation to benefit you because you feel you can. And you feel that because nobody has said anything in the past and they just went on with their married lives and got married and had kids or whatever, or currently already had kids, but you use them to the process of saying, oh, I'm going to keep them at bay. Don't keep nobody at bay. Like, dudes, grow up. Grow the hell up. Now is the season. Now is the time. And this is not just for ladies. This is for men too. Women, if you out there, you got like 6 damn kids and you sitting up there utilizing a system or you utilizing a guy to get you to the next level, grow the fuck up, okay? It is time for you to get your shit together, get your life together, and do what you need to do for you and yours, okay? It's hard as hell out here. I work, I don't even know how many different jobs, and I'm still struggling because I'm by myself and I'm doing this by myself. But with God, you're never alone. You're never falling short, and you're always going to show up and show out. So no matter how much your back is against the wall, you stand and you get up. You dust yourself off and you stop being a victim. This is not the time to be a victim. That mental shit that one put me through, all the foolishness and the heartaches and the breaks and stuff like that, I thank your raggedy asses for doing it, because you brought me to this space where I'm at right now, where yes, I'm a believer. Yes, I got faith. And when it's time, God will fix my mouth from cursing for those who are offended by it. Too bad. You're judging, whatever. Move on. All right. The whole point of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for closure. Shut the door, move on, and let the negative people go. Move on. If he ain't with you on the holidays, as the old saying go, time to go. And if she ain't there either, bye. Show up and show out. This has been the virtual memoirs of Bklyn Shay. And as I stated earlier, my girl will be joining. But for now, let's rock out. Show up and show out.